One, two, I'm on the air. I'm back here in the atmosphere. I here with the Most High, enjoying this sunshine, getting them electromagnetic frequencies as usual, soaking in that them frequency waves, that PMF. Uh, that we talked about in previous episodes. You can go back to my YouTube channels, or even if you on IG and you following me, you can also go back to previous things that I have said about the electromagnetic frequencies and PEMF frequencies. Today, family, we once again looking at the industries, looking at history. We looking at um, things that affect our community when it comes to this health business, family. I'm still available for definitely consultations, open conversations, uh, whether it be radio podcasts and so forth and so on. So today we're talking about convenience stores. And it was very interesting. I was studying it today, and it was talking about how Coca-Cola and Pepsi, they like the giants. So when it came to like marketing strategies and promoting their product, they was saying something happened. I think it was in 1994 in Mexico, to where the economy was going to the slumps, and Coca-Cola was like, yo, was pesos or whatever was going down. They like, we still got to pump out our Coke products, right? And I think we gave some history on a previous episode when dealing with sugar. If you watch that as well, you'll see what I talked about. Um, them particular companies and their bliss points and things of that nature to um, have us being a regular consumer. And I also mentioned about how they started targeting youth. So now we're talking about, they call them C stores or convenience stores. Then you had a guy, I can't remember the exact year off the back, right? But his name was Charles, I think it was called Metamore, or Mortimer. That's Mortimer. I think it's a Mortimer. Yeah, Mortimer. I guess it's Charles Mortimer. Okay, he came up with the thing of what's called convenience foods. Okay, um, he was one who coined that phrase of being convenience, of us having these conveniences, like microwave foods, um, quick pick them up, take maybe 30 seconds to 10 minutes to get it fixed and done. Call yourself feeding or nourishing your family and loved ones with these new conveniences. That I was telling you, that also started around the industrial age, a little after the agricultural age, that went on for millenniums upon millenniums, right? The original way that we lived, right? In my view and opinion and research. So we look at these things when the industrial age came along, like I was saying, a lot of moms now is working in factories and stuff like that. So they need a more convenient way to feed the family. They don't have the time no more to sit there and marinate, cut of foods and let it soak and overnight and all these other extremities that when you used to get a real home cooked nourishing meal before the additives and the preservatives and all them things that I was telling you about, the Bureau of Chemistry by, I think his name was Dr. Willies, um, had formed to make sure that we continue, even though it's convenient foods or a convenient way to prepare meals, that they are putting um, proper nutrients and ingredients in these products. They was called the Poison Clan. Y'all can check that history out. Came out, I think it was in 1907. So I say all these things in the mouthful. If y'all been following me or watching my other videos, you already may have heard this information. If you're having this your first time, tuning in. I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share, remix anything that I try to present and give to the community, right? So we have these things in our communities called convenience stores. Man, in big cities, they saying that they almost on every block, especially in certain demographical regions. And one of the studies that they did, especially Coca-Cola company, did, they found out, as I stated before, but they found out that the African Americans consume the most sweetest tasting, and they prefer some fruity flavors as well. I guess that's part of our DNA, eating originally fruits to get the juices or the nourishment of we're consuming of liquids to nourish the body, regenerate the cells, to have healthy functions within our body. But they got a more convenient way now. They got no more convenient substances. Then we're dealing with the Coca-Cola company that did the studies on us. And they found these things out. And so they strategically found ways, or constantly found ways to stay in business by getting consumers. And they learned that at least the ages about 12 years old and up, that they're going to be their target when it came to the youth, because they didn't want to go beyond that. They said they had a red line. But once they turned about 12, 13, that's their targeting youth. But however, even the younger ones are getting trapped up because you see older brother or sister or mother or a cousin or whoever drinking that product at the age of 8, 9 or younger, right? And they saying they kind of did their promotions, not really as much on TV, but more so where people have what's called the rememberable moments, whether it be it, amusement parks, theaters, ball games, places of that nature where you have the rememberable moments and you're drinking on your Coca-Cola product. There's many types out right now, definitely. So that brand, I'm saying. And they ended up around what? It was 2000, and I think it was 2. It came out to the shiny water. There was a guy, what I'm saying, I think his name was something Dunn, Mr. Dr. Dunn or Mr. Dunn, who worked for them for many years, who was ready to become president of the company. He came up with that. That's what they're saying. So I was looking at the word convenience. And then they came with what's called the C stores, or the convenience stores that's in our community. And here it is. They did the studies, and they saying the surge came up around the 1980s of more convenience stores, especially in certain cities, almost every block, in certain communities. They had some of the most unhealthiest foods, meaning they saying they did studies and seen that they served some of the most highest amounts of salt products, sugary products, and fatty products. So you go in some of these, I call it bird, because you don't know if you're really eating chicken in some of these definitely convenience stores, even the main chain sometimes, from what I've seen. And they look like wings. Could be from a pigeon, because I seen a video where they were serving pigeons, man, and other type of birds. Definitely to restaurants and convenience stores that we're talking about right now. And I think it was in other countries shipping it over there, and it was crazy. I wish I had got a copy of that video at the time when I seen it, but you know, it is what it was. And those who might know what I'm talking about, hey, shoot me that video. I would love to take and reanalyze it for his information. It showed how when stuff go rotten and everything else, they may ship it to another country that have that same chain, food chain, you see. So these convenience stores, they saying they did these studies and found out that they was, and so they, the sodas and junk food companies, if you notice when you walk in one, either to your right or to your left, you're going to see a lot of certain products. We'll say unhealthy products. You're not going to find a loaf of bread up front, or maybe some fruits, or a bunch of vegetables or something, right? They might be way in the back in the corner somewhere, all withery, turning colors and some more stuff, right? I'm talking about in our convenience stores, fam. However, when we first walk in, they saying this is strategically done to catch the eye of desire, the eye of the appetite, the lower self, to magnate, especially the youth with the colors and their favorite brand or product, right? Whether it be chocolate, chips, sodas, what's that? Muffins, cupcakes, Debbie cakes, etc., etc., etc. You know what I'm talking about? So these things are strategically set in these convenience stores for their general purposes, especially in certain communities. So we ask ourselves, is this one of the main reasons our communities is in the state of mind and health that we're in? Because they're not really worried about truly the health of the people. They really were worried about the volume of sales or per cap. How can they move their product and keep certain volumes of of movement going through them certain communities? Is bringing them certain profits, unlike other communities possible. You see, it may not be set up the same when you go into the store. So I feel that we need to look at these things as a community, especially our convenience stores. How can we look at these things and get better services to reflect upon our peoples, get new, different products that may be available to display, to have for sale. You see, how can we collectively go about that process? From my understanding, they did different marketing, and some of these people, you know, they own like them. You know, how we go into grocery stores or bigger stores, a lot of days, even smaller stores, right? When we get near the counter, it's like a little soda box right there. You know, certain products in there. When that company owns it. And it's part of the marketing strategies that I'm talking about at these convenience stores for your convenience. Unlike the agriculture age before the word convenience was coined by the guy I was telling you, Charles Moortime. So I'm getting ready to end this out. I just want to bring this to y'all attention about C stores, they call them, or the convenience stores. And there was a big surge around 1980s of these convenience stores, and a lot of their marketing strategies came from Coca-Cola and Pepsi and Mountain Dew. And so the snack companies joined in as well. And in certain communities that they sell these high sugary, salty, and a lot of times fatty products because they are considered the most indulgent community for these products. It's something to think about. I thought something to share, something to spread among your peers, even to start paying attention how strategically things are set up in your stores. We already know that the inner aisle. You go about the outside of the aisle if you want to try produce. You know about inner aisles and stuff like that. But now let's pay attention. What's being marketed or strategized to it, and then when we turn on the TV, before we even go to the grocery store, we watching our favorite programs, right? Our favorite programs just before we even possibly go to the store, and they have these commercials. And within their commercials, you know, they may have some of them same products in there. Well, you might not be watching it, but guess what? They got a little jingle that you remember. A little song in the background, a little tune, a little something that even though you're not even looking at it, you know what commercial that is, family. You know what it is. Part of the strategies I'm figuring. So how do we strategically as a people first recognize these electromagnetic frequencies that's pulling us into these worlds and interacting with our bubbles, electromagnetic bubbles, and causing us to be in an unhealthy state, an unhealthy mental, emotional, spiritual, and even physical states? What is really symbolically or even right in our face affecting us to where we may be overeating, maybe indulging in certain activities that's unhealthy due to our environment, what our electrical magnetic bubble is constantly bombarded with, whether it be certain frequencies of all type as we have previously explained. So I'm getting ready to sign out. And we just keep in mind that it's a spiritual warfare. It's not just a physical thing. Because they have weapons that would just shatter our cells, actually. We get into that in another segment. Just continue to follow me right here on IG if you're seeing this. Or if you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Press some thumbs up. And I'm getting ready to sign out because this subject we can go on and on about. But just call me in for a lecture. Small groups, big groups, podcasts, radios, what have you. And let's just discuss these things in more detail, one-on-one, face-to-face. I don't want to do no Zooming. Get me in to where we face-to-face and we really talk about these matters in our communities, family. C-stores, convenience stores, the conveniences that have got us to this point, to where we're shooting each other. Going crazy in a sense. Hyped up off of sugar. Stuff that's 40% sugar or more. It's saying like one can of soda have like 10 tablespoons or teaspoons of sugar. Take 10 tablespoons of sugar and put it in a cup. And tell me when you drink that, fam. I'm just saying. It's the things that, you drink it 2 or 3, 4 of them a day. So that's 40 tablespoons or teaspoons. You feel me? So I'm signing out. And y'all have a lovely day. As I'm having mine, I'm meditating. Thought I'd share this information with y'all. Listen to the birds, getting the sunshine, its vibrations. And I want y'all to remember, stay strong, healthy. Educate yourself on a daily basis. To elevate yourself to higher places. Definitely within our mental. And we can't be sentimental. We can only be gentle to ourselves and our loved ones. Until next time, I'm signing out. One love. Dr. Copeland.